Welcome everyone to your weekly pick a card reading for Monday the 16th to Sunday the 22nd of January, or for whenever you come across this message, as this reading and the messages in it are timeless. The messages will find you as you need them, so trust that, my friends. I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you're returning, thank you. And if you're new, welcome. I hope you find something here that helps you in your journey. Please remember, everyone, these are general messages, so they may not resonate with everybody. Please take the energies and apply them to where and how they fit into your life, because always allow yourself to be guided by your own intuition. Let's get started. Okay everyone, we have pole number 1, pole number 2, pole number 3 and pole number 4. We have the garnet for pole number 1, we have the amber for pole number 2, we have the onyx for pole number 3, and we have the carnelian for pole number 4. So everybody just select a pile that draws you, that calls you, an image, a crystal, a pile number. Feel free to select more than one pile if you feel called to. I'm sure there'll be a message in each of them for you, or in the ones that you select for you. Timestamps will be below as usual. I'll see you shortly. Welcome pile number 1. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. So we have the blessing for the week. We have your overall energy, which is the citizen for this week. We have Dove Spirit with Be Peace. We have the Beaver Spirit with Lay a solid foundation. The Moon, Judgment, and the Hermit. Wow, look at this major arcana. Okay, pole number 1. Might pop you up there. Okay, pole number 1. So your overall energy is the citizen. Now I'm getting a sense of things in your community, things in your tribe, things in your family. I'm feeling the citizen as, in this reading, as a group of people. It's funny because, as I said that, I look down at the Judgment and I'm almost feeling like, I'm getting the feeling like you're a bit of a leader in something. Have you gone into management? Are you a teacher? I'm even getting like a guide, you know, like a tourist guide, or a guide of some sort. There's a sense of you being in front of people. And I feel that the topics or the things that are happening around you are important to you, pole number 1, at this moment. I think they really touch you. I get the sense that this week for you, pole number one, or this energy for you, pole number one, is one of really of being out in the world. I feel this is one of being, in your community or with others in whatever way that applies to you, pole number one. But I really have a sense here of almost looking at how you can impact those around you. And what I mean by that is the way you can contribute. And I'm almost getting a sense here that you might be the one instigating this bringing together of people. Because, you know, when you're a citizen, you take part in the activities of your community. You know, there's a sense of being a good citizen. You vote, you know, you pay your taxes and all that. But I think the sense here is a bit broader. It's a bit, I find it less structured. And I feel because the Hermit's here, it's almost how you as an individual fit into your world, basically, pole number one. How do you fit into the world? But being you. I'm also getting, or I just got, this message of being this authentic you, and then this community finding you, or you setting up this community by setting up a group, or you know, it can be even a little community like, you know, on a YouTube channel. But there's a sense of reaching out, and I'm feeling that it almost feels like reaching out from your inner circle, which could be as simply as, you know, if you've kind of stepped back from the world and you've been doing a lot of healing work, a lot of inner work, this might be you coming back out. You know, you've really discovered who you are and what you want now, pole number one, and it's almost like you're bringing those gifts, and even the gift of your authentic self, back out. It's almost like you've been in the energy of the queens, the receiving of information, the healing, the nurturing, and now you've gone into the energy of the kings, which is kind of giving back. It's kind of having filled yourself enough, you can then, that overflow of what's in you now can spill out onto others. And it kind of feels like that kind of energy, pole number one. There's this sense of giving back, offering, teaching, bringing groups of people together, this linking of minds or spirits or creativeness, linking different people's gifts together. I just got an image of you know, like a retreat or something. Are you going to a retreat, or are you thinking of offering one? This can play out in so many ways, pole number one. But it's a really beautiful energy of just really connecting with others, and not just connecting, but I'm really feeling bringing people together. or you are putting yourself in a group or in a little community or something like that. Now you have the dove spirit, be peace, and you have the beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. And I'm really feeling this be peace, this dove spirit. This is what comes after the hermit. This is that you've done this inner work. I really feel I want to say most of you, all of you, in some way, shape or form, pole number one, I feel there's been this, you've pulled back from the world and you've been doing your inner work, you've been doing your healing, you've been asking yourself, what do I want? You know, who do I want to be now? Who am I becoming? And this sense that this dove is flying out, it's almost like your inner light, your spirit is now like, you've seen it, you've embraced it, you've integrated it. Thank you, that's beautiful. And now you can offer it, and there's a sense of peace and, I want to say, powerful calm in you. And I feel that draws people to you. This sense of knowing who you are enables you, pole number one, to build this solid foundation from a place of authenticity, from a place of realness. Because I'm getting this message, pole number one, that to share with you that, you know, the inner work is not tangible. It's difficult to explain to others. It's difficult even to explain it to ourselves, to make it rational and of this reality. It's deep. And there's this sense that it's like, well, what is that going to contribute? How is that going to help me in the real world? If I want to see things manifest in the real world, I need to get out into the real world and do. And that is 100% correct, pole number one. But if you go out into the real world not knowing or understanding your gifts, this inner light, this inner passion that opens us up and makes us want to give, we come into the world more as in, well, I'm going to do this because I want that. So we're coming at everything more from an energy of taking, an energy of wanting, rather than an energy of, oh, this is who I am. These are my gifts. And you open and you're like, oh, I want to give this. Regardless of what you can take back. Obviously, there has to be an exchange, because we do live in the physical world and we need shelter and we need food. There are basic needs that need to be met. But I feel like the judgment is calling you out. Let's jump to these cards actually. You've got the moon and the judgment, and it's like the judgment is calling you out of just your physical experience. Actually, I'm being drawn to say has called you out, because I feel, pole number one, you're at the very end of your healing process. I feel like the tarot here is explaining what you've been through or what you are at the tail end of, because I feel that you're very at the end of this, and it's that final push to come out into the world and to build solid foundations in the 3D reality of life. But first, pole number one, there's a sense of completing this inner work. understanding what it's all been about so you can go out into the world and now start to create. But this judgment has called you out of reality to show you something greater, to show you are of the tangible and of the intangible. There's the sun and the moon energy. And there's this sense of when you are aligned with both, this is when you harness the courage. You have what it takes to start this new opportunity outside of your comfort zone. And this judgment card has brought you out of the mundane, if you like, to show you the spiritual, to show you, hey, there's a part of us that needs to dream. There's a part of us that needs to see bigger possibilities. Because pole number one, our dreams enable us to open ourselves up. Excuse me. It opens us up to possibilities, to something bigger. If we don't dream, reality makes us small, because our reality is what we can see. And therefore, if we don't dream, all we have is what we see right now. So then how can we aspire to more? We can't unless it's in our view. But when we dream, we rise up. We see things from the angels, from spirit, from the all possible. And that's why the hermit is here, because it's in this space. He holds the lantern with the star in it. The star is wishing on a star, healing, being seen for who you are. The card says, pole number one, time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor. Self-discovery. And I feel this time spent, this is time spent for you. This is not going into hiding. This is not retreating because we don't want to be part of the world. This is retreating so we can be part of the world in our most authentic self, in our most authentic way. Letting go of what no longer serves us, and that means our masks, how we pretend, how we tell ourselves we need to be in order to function in the world. No, the world functions around us if we allow it, if we put ourselves in this space. And I feel pole number one, the whole reason of this is so that you can build a solid foundation in your world, whatever that is. And there's this sense that you're going to bring this peace. I'm seeing it as in this calm, this structure that people can come to and be themselves, be at peace with themselves, be accepted the way they are. It's really beautiful, pole number one. Now your blessing for the week is a blessed new beginning. A series of serendipitous events guide you to a renewed sense of clarity and purpose. Release all that no longer serves you. The past is behind you. Bless it and let it go. Your life is an eternal new beginning moving through time. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, pole number one. Love and light, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome, pole number two. let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. We have your blessing. We have your overall energy, the Democrat. We have the electric eel spirit with bring your ideas to life. We have the, oh, excuse me everyone, we have the hummingbird spirit, be here now. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Swords. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, pole number 2. Your overall energy is the Democrat. Now, to me, excuse me everyone, for me the Democrat is, it's all about social responsibility. Now, please don't view this as a political stance in the slightest. It's just a description. So I see this as social responsibility. I'm also seeing this for you, pole number 2, as real responsibility. Now, I'm being asked to explain what I mean by responsibility. Responsibility is your ability to respond. Now, there's a great book by Sadhguru, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to remember what it's called, but I'll look it up and I'll put it in, I might put a little note up or something like that if I remember, but it's oh, Inner Engineering, I think it's called. Inner Engineering, that's it. Thank you, Spirit. Inner Engineering. And he talks about responsibility, and he talks about responsibility as being the ability to respond. And I'm really feeling that in your reading, pole number 2. And I feel that I'm going to stay on this topic for a little while, because all the cards just fall into that. Now, what does having the ability to respond mean? It means in any situation, do you have the ability to respond? And you need to think about that. You need to really allow that to sink in. Because your immediate reaction might be of, no, I don't, or, well, not all the time. But I'll allow you to come to your own conclusions of that. But when we take responsibility, when we know we can respond, there's a sense of opening up. There's a sense of freedom. There's a real knowing behind that, that we can never be a victim. Because if you look at every moment of every day and you look at how you respond to everything, because your ability to respond, pole number 2, is also linked to inaction, not saying anything. So if there's dramas at work with colleagues, what is your responsibility in that? Now, if you ask yourself, what's my responsibility in that? You're asking yourself, How do I want to respond to this situation? And then you can choose. I'm not getting involved. I'm going to speak up for who I think is right. I'm not going to take sides. I'm going to try and mediate. I'm going to take it to, you know, the manager or the boss, because this is creating bad environment at work and I'm not putting up with it. I'm going to tell them to grow up. I'm going to tell them to shake hands and make up. There is no right or wrong, my friends. There is just the ability to respond. And I feel for some of you, because for me the Democrat is social responsibility. It's you responding to the things that are around you, to the things that are in your everyday life. Look at how you respond to your partner, to your children, to your family, to your friends. Look at how you choose to not respond. And most importantly, poll number 2, look at how you feel you can't respond. Look at where you might think, I don't have responsibility in that. Meaning, I don't have the ability to respond to this situation. And then I feel poll number 2, there's the question of why. There's the exclamation, I just saw this massive exclamation mark. So there's this real time to question, what do you feel in your life that you are not responsible for, but it's there in front of you? Because it's guiding you to show you how you feel you can't respond. It's showing you, basically it's leading you to see where you give your power away. Some of you might feel, where you feel you might be a bit of a victim, where you might feel like you're getting taken advantage of, where you feel, I just got, there's no hope. That's interesting. And the reason why this card has come out for your reading is, I'm just coming down to the tarot. You've got the 6 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. Now, this is your past, past memories, your childhood. I also sometimes see it as building your dreams, you know, like, you know, when we're children, I just got this, you know, children laying on the grass looking at the clouds, you know, and I'm taking that image as, you know, dreaming our future. You know, we used to say to each other, what are you going to do when you grow up? I'm going to be, and then whatever it was. So I'm really drawn that this is twofold. And this is, there's a sense of your past here, and there's a sense of dreaming your future up. Now the 3 of Swords is sorrow, it's pain. I'm going to read the card for you before I continue. So the card says, great sadness that will heal with time. Let go of the past. Personal growth that comes from challenges. Healing misunderstandings. Be there for those in need. And I feel that with this be there for those in need, it's not in the way that you think, poll number 2. It's just seeing how you can respond, or how you choose not to respond, because the ability to respond to a situation is the ability to say, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to do anything. In not doing anything, you've taken an action. You've decided to not do anything. You've made a decision. And there's this sense that there's your past that needs healing. There's something in your past that made you think or taught you that you feel responsibility is all about always doing something to help, always responding. I want to say taking responsibility for others, so responding in the place of others. So let's go back to our colleagues that are fighting. If you take on the responsibility, the ability to respond for others, you're going to fight their battles. You're not going to respond from your place. You're going to try and respond from what you think they are trying to do or achieve or whatever. And that's not what we're here for. We're not here to be burdened by other people's journey or lessons. My friends, you have your own lessons. You have your own journey. And I'm getting the feeling that this Three of Swords, this heavy heart that you might have, has come about because of a belief from the past. And I'm almost feeling like the Six of Cups is saying, dream a new dream. Think outside what you've learned. You know, we have learned behavior. And it's kind of like think past that, go past that. Because there's this Ace of Pentacles. And in this, see, it's offering it here because it can't in the past. It has to do it in your present. So it's offering it to you, but you're in this place how am I going to say it? Of not seeing your worth. Thank you, Spirit. That's beautiful. And in every way that encompasses. And so you can't take this because you can't even see that it's been offered yet. There's a sense of dreaming. There's a sense of embracing your ability to respond. It kind of brings you back your power. It takes you out of this I have no choice to one of, oh my gosh, I do. It's almost like I just got stop looking at what everybody else wants, pole number 2, and start looking at what you want. Because look at this energy. You've got the electric eel spirit with bring your ideas to life. And you've got the hummingbird, be here now. And there's this sense of don't operate from old dreams. Don't operate from this learned behavior that doesn't serve you anymore. Let the past go. Let your past sorrows go. That's a choice. That's the ability to respond and say, you know what? I'm in pain. What can I do right now to lessen that, to alleviate that, to move myself away from that? And you're going to get these ideas. There's these ideas, there's these seeds that you can plant. These opportunities coming your way. but you need to be in the here and now. If you're still operating from the past and you're still feeling that you have no options, there's no creativity that comes from that. There's no forward movement that comes from that. There's no growth or openness that comes from that. And I get the feeling that when you embrace this pole number 2, socially, because this is social responsibility, socially, the people around you are going to change because you have changed. The way you act and interact with others has changed. And therefore there's this kind of this real new beginning, I'm feeling, this real new growth. It's almost like this seed of opportunity gets planted in your heart and it really grows this new environment. And I feel that once you come out of this sorrow, there's real joy, there's real kind of, I'm seeing that childish, not as in childish as in silly, but this childlike, thank you, childlike enthusiasm that comes back to you, that then gets brought out into the world. And it's beautiful, it's joy-filled, it's enthusiastic. Now your blessing for the week, pole number 2, is a blessing of acceptance. Every part of you is equally worthy of love. Accept yourself as you are, and this will be a blessing unto yourself and others. If you wish to see the truth of the matter, hold no preference, either for or against a particular outcome. Just be the love that you truly are. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, my friends. Love and light. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 3. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. So we have your blessing for the week. We have your overall energy for the week, which is the heart. We have Moth Spirit with Surrender Now. We have the Koi Fish Spirit with There Is Always Enough. We have the Page of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 3 of Cups. Okay, pole number 3. As I looked at this heart card, I just got a change of heart. And I feel pole number 3, you're having a change of heart about something. And I'm seeing this rose, like there's so many petals. And, you know, it starts off as a tiny bud. And you kind of wonder, how do all these petals come out of, you know, it starts so small and then it just opens and opens and opens. And I feel it's like infinite. And I'm feeling like, you know, this is all your layers, pole number 3. And it's almost like you're peeling back, you're opening up to all the layers that make up you. And there's a real opening of your heart. There's a real surrendering. And I feel that because the first thing I got was a change of heart. I feel that this changes you, like to the heart of you. So how am I trying to say this, Spirit? From your core, thank you. So you are changing from your inner core out. Oh, that's beautiful, pole number 3. Can you feel that? Can you feel and see what that means when we change from the inside out. And there's this sense of changing from your inner depth and how that ripples out. And that's the flower, that's the rose opening out into your world. And I'm feeling the ripple. I'm feeling the consequences, the changes that brings into your world. Now, consequences often to me, sometimes I feel that has like almost a negative feel to it. It's almost like a straight away when I hear the word consequences. I think of suffering the consequences of your actions, you know. And you know, I just got the saying where you've made your bed and now you lie in it. And I must admit, I hate that saying. I hate it because it's kind of like, well, nobody's chained you to the bed. If you don't like the way this bed's been made, get out of bed and remake it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel maybe some of you have that same feeling that I do with the word consequence. I think Spirit's asking me to explain it, so just as much for you as for me, because the consequence here is just the outcome. It doesn't have to be negative. It might be pole number 3, but I feel that that's so you can get out of that bed that you've made and make a new choice. Make the bed again more aligned with who you are. And I feel all that imagery in what I've just said is bringing me to you are going to be making changes in your life. And I really want you to see, pole number 3, that you are able to make changes in your life. You can. And you are probably being called to. I was almost going to use the word should, and Spirit was like, they don't have to do anything. But you can. You might be drawn to. You might decide. You might allow. I've recently, in my own journey, I didn't realize what a should person I was. I didn't realize how much I said that to myself. And now I'm trying to be mindful, and I'm trying to say, if I choose, I allow. You know, it's little things like, you know, if we say to ourselves, oh, I should be eating better. What about if we changed it to, I choose to eat better. I allow myself to eat better. Straight away, the control is taken out of it. It's your choice. But there's this opening of your heart, pole number 3, that I'm really going to say makes everything different. Everything different. And I love the animal spirit here. It says moth spirit, surrender now, and koi fish spirit, there is always enough. And I feel like in this opening up, you surrender to something bigger, And by surrendering, surrendering is not giving up. Surrendering is allowing. Surrendering is knowing I don't know everything. So I'm going to open myself up and see what comes to me, see what information comes to me, see what opportunities come to me. And there's this sense that this opening up, pole number 3, is making you see that there is always enough. When we are open, opportunities can come to us, and because we're receptive. You know, I'm being drawn back to this rose. You know, it's not the buds that attract the bees and the butterflies. It's not the buds that attract us. You know, if this rose was in front of you, you wouldn't lean over and smell the bud. You'd go straight to the flower. And we are the same, my friends. People are drawn to the openness. Opportunities are drawn to the openness. Yes, the bud feels more protected. The rose is more vulnerable to having its petals knocked about, to having them fall away. But that's the surrender, that's the acceptance. This brings you nothing. So yes, you are safe here, but there's no growth, there's no change, there's no opportunities. This brings you everything. Yes, there are probably, I mean, you'll get your challenges here anyway, because Spirit will try to, or your soul will be trying to open you up. So this can be quite painful, actually. This is less painful because you're open. If a petal falls off, it's less painful because you're open. It kind of just falls off. If a petal comes off a bud, that's painful because it's got to be prized away. You know, it's going to tear at something. Here it's more organic. And I'm sorry, pole number 3, if I keep harping on about that, but there's something really, really, really beautiful and really potent in that, because it changes the way you see the world, and, well, first and foremost yourself, and then the world. You've got the Page of Cups and the Hierophant. And I feel the Page of Cups is here because this is you opening up. The Page of Cups has accepted the Ace of Cups, the gift from the universe. It's seen the opportunity. It's opened itself enough to see the opportunity, and now this opportunity is opening the page up even more, because the page is the new beginning. He's depicted as a youngster because he doesn't know everything. He's on the start of this journey. He's, you know, it's sort of like the page is younger than the knight, and the knight is younger than the queen, and the queen is younger than the king. And it shows this evolution of wisdom, gained knowledge and experience that helps us to grow and evolve in our life. And so the page is young because it doesn't know everything, and it knows it doesn't know everything, and it's okay with that. So it's open for learning. It's open for the new experiences. And like the fish in this cup, you know, you've got the koi spirit here, you've got the fish spirit, and I just feel like there's this element of surprise that opens you up even further. And I feel the Hierophant is here because the Hierophant, sometimes I see it as the structure, like the structure of religion, the hierarchy of religion, or the hierarchy of the world. but it's structured. And yet at times I see it like spirituality, accessing the intangible, understanding that there is more than just our reality on earth. So it's accessing our beliefs and what we think is the truth. And what I say it like what we think is the truth is because, of course, it's not a known. So we each have our own beliefs on that, and that's really important. And there's this sense that you've opened yourself up. This opportunity has come knocking, which has surprised you, and I feel that's opened you up even further, and I feel it's changing your beliefs. It's making you less rigid. There's a sense of embracing this spirituality, this intangible, and the reason why we call it intangible is because you cannot take it, grasp it, and form it into something tangible. It is not possible. So when things are intangible, there's a truth in every truth, if you like. And there's going to be this greater sense of understanding. This is a sense of you opening up to more infinite possibilities that are available to you. With there is always enough. You're going to see yourself, your world, your life, the universe is more abundant, more opportunities, more possibilities, more ideas than you ever thought possible. And the Three of Cups here is I see new connections and new celebrations, new reasons to celebrate. Now the Three of Cups says news worth celebrating, joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancy or graduation, a time for gratitude, close communities or chosen families. So close communities or chosen families. And I feel that's the groups coming in for you. I feel like it opens up, you open up, and then the world opens up and brings you people and opportunities to you. Again, there's this sense of there always being enough. And there's this sense of your world coming into alignment with how you've opened. So suddenly there's more coming to you. And there's this joy. There's this joy and this sharing. And it feels really good. Like this, it just feels really open and abundant and joyful and sharing and being part of things. There's a real connection. And your blessing pole number 3 for this week is the blessing of just being. You may have been thinking that if you had acted or chosen differently in the past, things would be better now. But in thinking this way, you fail to see the positive effects your past actions and choices have had on both yourself and others. Look closely and you will see many blessings. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, my friends. Love and light. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 4. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. So we have a blessing for the end of the reading. We have your overall energy as the Mother. We have Wasp Spirit, life, sometimes life stings. We have Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Swords. Oh, this is interesting. This is beautiful. Okay, poll number 4. Now, before I get started, I just want to say gender has no meaning here. So when I use the mother, it's just the energy. So I feel that this is kind of talking, I'm going to be talking about birth and you know, giving birth and things like that, but please just take the meaning behind it. This is not just a reading for mothers. So sorry, I just felt drawn to say that for some of you. So you have the mother. Now, the minute I turned this card over and I saw the word the mother, I instantly felt the nurturer, nurturing. And then as I put down the cards, I've got life. Sometimes life stings, and it just brought me straight to the pains of labor, the difficulties of labor. And then we've got this beautiful Ace of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and then we have the 8 of Swords here. And I just see that to explain the beauty of life, of our lives, of our journeys, Spirit's calling me to use the analogy of birth. Now, I'm actually going to put the mother down because I feel this is guiding me to give you an image. Now, the Ace of Cups is a gift from the universe. The 10 of Cups is success, it's abundance, it's leaving a legacy. And the 8 of Swords is feeling stuck in worry, feeling that you've got no choices. But of course you do. It's just your mind that makes you feel that way. We have sometimes life stings, and we have trust the great mystery. Now I feel the Ace of Cups and this trust the great mystery is the gift of falling pregnant. Then there's worry intermingled with the joy of that, with the, oh wow, you know, because if we really stop and think about it, it's quite miraculous. And then there's this worry that, you know, soon to be parents, you know, have. Am I up to it? Oh my gosh, I'm going to be responsible for another life. And then there's the worry of, will everything be okay? Is the pregnancy okay? Is the baby healthy? And then there's the worry of, oh my gosh, you know, the birth. We know the pain associated with that. Then there's kind of like the learning part, this sense of, oh my gosh, this is so hard, but it is so joyful, it's so fulfilling, yet I don't know what I'm doing. And you kind of get this triangle over here of absolute fulfillment and overflowing of joy, but this kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing, and this is so hard. And then, you know, this child is like will carry on the name, like the child will, it's almost like not a legacy, but you know, this is the 10 of Pentacles. It is the building the family, building the life, building the community. Now this is just an analogy, my friends. This is it makes, I don't have any children so it's not about having children. If you don't have children, it really doesn't matter. This, I'm using this analogy, I've been shown to use this analogy to explain life. And there's celebration. And it is a cause to celebrate, but it's intermingled with everything. And I think the reason why the parent, the becoming a parent, the pregnancy, the birth, like bringing up the child is the perfect thing for life, because it kind of encompasses all the emotions we feel through life. There's dread, there's fear, there's pain, there's overwhelming joy. There's doing things not just for yourself, succeeding not just for you. This is the 10 of Pentacles here. I'm seeing it as succeeding for those that when you are gone will benefit. Now I'm saying to Spirit, as I'm finishing up on this, I'm saying, why are you showing me this? And Spirit's brought me back to the mother, which is your overall energy, and the first word that I said, nurturer. And there's a sense here that we need to nurture, we need to honor every aspect of ourselves and our life, no matter which one we're in. Now I feel pole number 4, this reading is so broad because I feel that there's a lot of you experiencing different things, so it's given me this big picture so you can really apply it to your life. But I feel that some of you are in physical pain or a lot of emotional pain. I just feel pain, so a lot of you are in pain, and there's a sense here that you need to honor that, you need to nurture that. And there's this sense of allowing yourself the space to feel it, to honor in some aspects that this is your journey right now. And I kind of feel to let it go. Now, I have been in pain and I know what that's like. I know what it's like to suffer from an illness or, you know, different things like that, or emotional pain or losses. But there's a sense of allowing, because I feel like there's this sense of nurturing where you are right now, pole number 4, because the unclenching, the allowing will ease something. It's almost like saying, thank you, I'm just getting more information as I go. It's like saying some of you find yourself in this painful part of your journey. Some of you are finding yourself in this deep dive, this learning to trust yourself, deep diving into who you are, what you want, starting to expand and understand the mysteries. What do you believe in? What is your truth? Some of you are in this energy. Some of you are in this joy-filled, overflowing possibility of life. choices of life coming to you. What do I want? But there's this real sense of joy and openness and overflowing that you can give to others. This place of accepting and taking the gifts, taking the opportunities. Some of you are at this spot where the 10s are the completion of a journey. You know, there's abundance, and there's sharing with others, and there's leaving a legacy, and there's having more than enough to share. Sharing your knowledge, sharing your past journey with others to help them grow, teaching. And there's this sense of completion and comfort and being where you want to be. And for others, there's this sense of I'm stuck. I don't know what I want. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. And there's this sense of I can't see past where I am right now. I don't know. I can't make choices. I'm scared. I'm stressed. And each of you will find yourself in one or more of these places. And I'm getting the feeling, pole number 4, it doesn't matter. Spirit says, it doesn't matter where you find yourself right now, my friends. The sense of accepting and allowing opens you up to nurture yourself no matter where you are, to allow the cycle to continue, to allow the growth to come in. This makes up our journey. You're not being picked on because you find yourself here. You shouldn't be afraid if you find yourself here to move forward because you don't want to find pain or not knowing. But if you don't move on from this energy, if you don't go into the unknown, if you don't push yourself past your fears or the pain of the unknowing, you won't ever grow or evolve. So this reading, pole number 4, is all about growing and evolving, moving through life as you. And I'm pointing to the mother, but I'm being told, no, I need to kind of point to the cards because this is all of you. This is not all of you as in everybody watching, but all the aspects that make up you, my friends. This is what we are all made of. This is what we will all experience. And there's a magic in it. But we need to be open to see it. Pole number 4, if you were drawn to pole number 3 with the onyx, go watch it because they were in the process of opening up and having life-changing experiences. And I feel, even if you weren't drawn to it, maybe go watch it, because I feel that when acceptance comes, when allowing comes, you'll transfer to pole number 3. Pole number 4, let's finish with your blessing for the week. And your blessing is the blessing from the light. You are dearly loved, more than you can possibly imagine, and you are never alone. A universe of love and light surrounds you and showers you with blessings that ebb and flow in your heart. I'm going to leave you with that blessing, pole number 4. Love and light, my friends. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.